So what I've done is I've come up with an interactive art movie that defines who we are as a nation, as that's what art does. Art speaks to what you value, who you are, and what you value. And I believe I've come up with an art movie that speaks to our values as a nation, and the process, I believe, speaks to what America is, what makes America a phenomenal place, which I call the M's: music, movies, military, and machines. Those are things we do very well. And what I've done is I've come up with a free market solution to a free market problem, because this is a problem that I've encountered, these Euro-coolie bullies systemically abusing power. And now, I can't sit here and say in this movie I would like to deport them, because I mean, I can say I would like to, but I can't threaten that, because that's a criminal act. That's a blackmail or threats that can be construed easily as trying to extort. You can't make a criminal threat like that legally or harm. And however, I can say, I don't think this is right. I don't think it should happen in America. And I believe a civil action I can speak of, because it's uncivil, but a civil action I can speak of. And I also can say, these are not necessarily bad people. They're just, they're doing something wrong. They're getting away with what they can. They're trying to do their job, and they're crossing a line. And of course, we have only ourselves to blame in that regard, because we tolerate it. We've tolerated this shit with the casting couch in Hollywood, and we've tolerated it in many industries. And now it's the hashtag Me Too. People are speaking up. And in that regard, we not only need to speak up, but we need to present this. And I believe that this artwork can solve a problem in a way that expresses our values. So what I'm speaking of is a film in which we say the Americanization or the de-douchification of those who have. When I say de-douchification, I mean, they did that with the Nazis. They had to denazify them. They said, these are people who have done something that I believe in. They know what they've done, and if they would agree, and if there's profit for people and the companies can benefit and they can benefit, it's better than litigious action. So what I'm doing here is I'm making an interactive art work that is based on one of our tiers of we have the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branch. So one of the tiers of our American country, to say, now let's take this litigious branch, or this judicial branch, and use it for artwork to solve a problem. Rather than settle a case for one, we can solve a problem for many with this work, I believe. And the folks who did it will benefit. So what I'm speaking of is this kind of de-douchification. And immigrants in the old days, when they'd come to this country, they would try and be American, and I don't like baseball. It's tough for me to follow. It's ADHD. It's very emotional. I don't have the emotional stability for baseball, because it's a freaking roller coaster. That's why they're all doing nicotine. But these immigrants in the old days would go to a baseball game just to be American. And I think that some of these people who I find have done some pretty bad things would like to stand up and take some accountability. And I have a great way to do that. And this fits in with Bono's theme of America getting out of its own way. And stopping some of the crap. So what I suggest here is a freedom flight that celebrates music with Bono, me flying a DC-3 or a C-47, and these folks volunteering to skydive, and leave this kind of crap behind. And I could see this as a great benefit for them personally, and for the country to make this kind of a thing, saying, what, we're on a freedom flight, and we're standing up, and we're this kind of goes to like the invasion of the Allied invasion of freeing Europe, that we're starting to do something. So other dyslexics like Richard Branson could use this to promote his airlines. He's Weller was a DC-3 flight attendant, so he got into flying. So I think he might like this to fly with me on this, and it can promote his brand as well. I have a quick joke for him. So Virgin, welcome to Virgin. We hope your Virgin experience is a good one. Now you have Madonna with this, like for the first time, feels like the very first, like a virgin. See, your Virgin experience is important to us, and we realize your Virgin experience is like a balloon. One prick and it's all gone. So what we're doing here is, calling out pricks, and in that regard, we could fly the plane, have them skydive, play the music, and make a really great PSA, speaking of standing up for proper behavior and a code of conduct, and saying, people are willing to take accountability and responsibility for their actions, and perhaps it could work. Here's an example, of some of the artwork, the Euro Coolie bullies, and flying the plane, and skydiving away, and maybe Tommy Hilfiger, who's dyslexic also, we could have a fashion show on the actual runway while we take off, and show these values, and show how we can profit from this and help people. It's tied down. This kind of collusion, I'm talking about collusion here, and making money, because in the art world you can collude. You can't do that with stocks, you go to jail, but with the artwork it happens all the time. For example, I would show you the article, don't have it. A woman who worked for was a trustee of the Met, and had a stable of artists, so she got a number of her stable of artists into the Met permanent collection. Consequently, the value of those artworks increased. And then the next step, including, would be, of course, to take it to an auction house where they would run the prices up and have two friends counterbid to phony run the prices up. And all of a sudden, with a couple of those acts, and then you get into a few collections, the work is of great value. So if we had a public case now, and we all agreed that this was an artistic endeavor to promote this artwork, the value of this artwork could increase 10, 20-fold geometrically, rapidly, be an incredible return on investment. It could solve the problem of the litigious case, and it could make people aware of bullying and how we're not going to have that, and it could be really fun. So the question is whether or not it can be more fun and less painful than a litigious action, and get better results at a lower cost. So I hope that I can come up with a way to do that, and I'm presenting that to a number of people who I hope will get on board with this and promote this sort of thing, and make this crazy movie. So those are some of the general concepts of it. Thank you.